got no idea what's going on here or here because I've not worked with this underfloor heating system before or that wiring center. So in the essence of keeping things simple, start at the source, start at the programmer. Welcome back. No, you haven't gone back in time by 10 years. I've just had a clean shave a few days ago and I'm still actually trying to get to grips with how I look in the mirror as well. I haven't done it for years, and every time I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm getting used to it, so you guys get used to it as well. Oh, by the way, punching bag for Aaron. He started Kung Fu classes a couple of months ago, got his yellow belt last month, so got him one of these so he can practice at home when I'm not around. I've also got him some pads as well, so I can do some pad work with him, but at least he can basically burn out his energy so he can go to sleep at night a little bit better. Now, this video is all breakdowns, which everyone loves. Enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on Sunday. See? Nice, short, sweet. Let's get into the video. Bam. Okay, you might remember this job from a few weeks ago, or back before summer. Floating vessel was over here, so I pinned that back to the wall, sorted out a bit of the pipe work, changed that PRV, redid a bit of this here as well. But today I'm back here to change the two immersions. So luckily from last time I left myself a little drain off point there, so I'm hopefully can't even speak this morning. Let's see if this drain off works first, and if it does, then hopefully I should be able to pop that straight into there. Let's see if we get water coming out of there. Excuse my stomach rumbling. Come on. Oh, got some drips. No, that's fully open. Oh. Is it going to come out more? Or am I going to have to siphon it? Yeah. That's annoying. So I'll probably try and siphon it out the top then instead, or I'll see if I can free up that rubber. Let's see. Right, let's make a bit of a mess. Hopefully not, but I'm going to try and get the rubber out. So I've got my new one here. It's greased up, it's ready. Let's just get this open. Is that my door? Yeah, no rubber on there. Right, I don't know what's going on here. Got that off as well. It's draining so slowly. There must be something else in here that's blocking it, or maybe it's just loads of limescale inside there. Right, well, now they've got the top open, I'm just going to siphon it out. Right, that hose is all in there, and that's better than what was coming out of the drain off, and already some limescale's come out of there, so let's see what it's like once it's all empty. Okay, so still siphoning, but I reckon I should be able to change the top one now, at least whilst I'm waiting for the rest of it to drain out. Now these unvented cylinders, so this one we've got the immersion stat on it. This one, the immersion stat is actually built into here, so it's only got the spade connectors on there, so it should be able to just pull them off. But these ones, it's not like your standard immersion. You've got a locking nut behind it, and you need one of these special keys to break it open. So you'll get these whenever you fit one of these cylinders, an unvented cylinder with this type of immersion, or if you replace the immersion, it will come in the pack. So where I fitted quite a few, I've kept one as a spare in my bag because you don't get them with all of them. I brought a couple of different ones because one of them is a bent one and got two straight ones. So I believe one of them is a bent one. or they might both be straight. So that's why I bought 2 straights and 1 bent one. And in one of them, there we go. So you get the locking nut, that brass locking ring, and you get the key in it as well. But if we don't need to use this, I'm not going to open that because I can use the same locking ring, and they will come with new rubbers anyway. So I'm going to start disconnecting that top one and see if I can get that one out in the meantime while the rest of it's still siphoning. So I've taken the stat out, and here is where you can see. So this key, basically, you've got teeth around this little locking ring, and these will hook into the like so. And then I'll get a long screwdriver to put through the hole to use as a bit of like a Tommy bar, and that will help me basically crack that. Yeah, because I won't be able to do it like that. So get a little long screwdriver, whack that in, crack that open, and get that out. There we go, and that's cracked. I'm just gently loosening it because I'm confident that the water's below that level, but I'm not 100% certain. So I'm going to crack it a little bit just so that I can move the element inside enough to see if any water comes out or not. So I never undo them fully. Just enough to give me a little bit of room to try and... Yeah. Right, that's fine. There's nothing in there. So let's get this one out completely. That's that locking ring. This is actually a plastic one rather than a brass one. Let's see, is this a straight or bent one? Oh. See my holes in there. There we go. So that's a straight one. So we'll use one straight in there first. Right, I think we're nearly all drained out at the bottom, so I'm going to get this middle one in now. So got the new O-ring on the new immersion. I always put a little bit of silicone grease just around it because anytime I'm working with rubber O-rings, brushes, I just think it's best practice. Put a bit of silicone grease on it. Let's get this in. Now, this is a bit I find really annoying because it always wants to fall in. So you kind of got to hold it steady. I usually use, I've got enough space here, yeah. So I usually use this to poke it into the immersion, hold it up at an angle, and then I can spin the locking nut on. So go ahead and do that now. Just get the key and tighten it up. But don't over tighten these because you don't want to pinch that rubber washer. That's fine. Just get the stat in. That's in. Just get it wired up. Do you know what? Oh, I'll put it in afterwards once I've tested it. Make sure there's no leaks in the back. Let's have a look at this bottom one. That one was definitely blown. Look at the state of that. It's all split everywhere. Right, let's get the new bent one in. Right, we've filled up. There's a tap running in there as well. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just going to turn this tap off. Right. Now that the taps are off, we can test it under pressure and check. Yeah, all good. No weeps there. No weeps there. Right, that's it. Just got to wire that bottom one in and I'm done. And I've got about 5 minutes before my parking in, so I need to make a move on. Okay, so I've got the next breakdown here. I've got a Worcester. It's one of the slightly new ones, the SI Compact. Now, hot water's working fine, I've been told, but they're having a problem with the heating. Apparently, it runs for about an hour or something like that, and then it goes off. So we're going to do some basic checks first on the heating side. Turn the heating on firstly from the thermostat, make sure it fires up, make sure the diverter valve motor's over, and we're getting heat down the flow pipe and everything. And then see what's what. Right, so we've got a bit of an update. The tenants just showed me a video of what's going on. So I don't know how clearly you can hear on there, but EA229, but I can also hear bubbling on this video, so that's telling me that we've got, what is it?
Air in the system?
No.
Oh. I'm not sure.
Come on. Block condense.
Yeah, block condense.
So the condense is either blocked or backing up, and that's what's causing the bubbling noise. Don't know what EA229 is. Obviously, EA227 is ignition lockout, but I'm going to have a look up, see what EA229 is. And then, but I'm going to have a look at the condense on that as well, because if it makes sense it's happening with heating, because on hot water the boiler's going to be running at max rate, so it's unlikely to be condensing, whereas on heating, once it modulates down, and that's why they're saying, now it makes sense, because they're saying after the heating's been on for a while, for about an hour or so, it's obviously going to modulate down to a lower flame. It's when it modulates down is when it's going to start condensing more, and that's when we're going to get condense backing up. Now it makes sense. Videos and evidence like this is so helpful. Otherwise, I would have been like baffled, or I would have gone and tried to change the stat. I'll get the case open and find out what's going on inside the boiler. Do that back to the tenant. Let's get this boiler case open. Right, so EA229, just looked it up. It's similar to EA227. So EA227 is ignition lockout. EA229 is flame failure. So it's basically the boiler's ignited and then it's locked out. So it's rectified. It's basically like F28 on a vaillant would be ignition problem. F29 is after the burner's been on, it then goes out. So EA229 on the Worcester is the same sort of thing. Now, I've got the case off, but the condense trap itself looks absolutely clear. So I'm going to have a look where the condense is running. That's going down there, and it looks like it's going into the kitchen sink. So I'm going to have a look underneath here and see. Right, it's going into that G-clamp there. So let's get that open and see what's going on there. Right, I've just undone that. I can see water starting to drip out of there. So oh yeah, it's definitely blockage in the condense. I'm also just going to film this for the landlord off my phone. Right, let's try it. Yeah, that out of there.
Because there was water in it, you know that it was blocked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so there's not supposed to be water in it?
No.
Okay.
See, now all that condense that's sitting in that pipe, it's all coming out of there. So it's not been able to escape.
Okay.
So now we need to have a look at this, because look, the water is still sitting in that G-clamp there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means it's not able to get out. So if we poke a screwdriver in there, yeah, look, there's all crap in there from the kitchen sink. So we're going to take this apart and give it a clean, and that's what's going to sort it out. Right, let's take this bottle trap off and see what nastiness awaits us. Oh, who's calling me now? I haven't got time for them at the moment. Do that. Oh, that smell. That stinks. Okay. Right. So it looks like, yep. Don't know how well it will come up on camera, but that's why the condense are getting blocked up. There's all that crap in there, so I'm going to try and clear it out, and then that should hopefully sort it out, and then get them to run some drain cleaner through it as well. Right, just squeezing through here. The landlord, yes, perfect. Boiler flues here. So the landlord's asked me to run the condense outside, which I can't do today because I haven't got time, but I'm going to be back in the area in a few weeks' time. So that's what I'm going to do. So rather than it carrying on running into the sink and having blockages again, I will probably put a little stub or cap that section off and then core a new hole straight out of here, bang, straight into the gully there. That will sort the problem out. Now he's also asked me to do the gas safety here, so I'll get that done today. And then I'll come back for the other bits in a few weeks' time. Job done. Right, so me and Dennis are on the next job. So customer here has reported that they got a problem with the heating. Hot water's working fine, heating's not working, and it's all underfloor heating here as well. So they've got a small two-way manifold there with a blending valve and the underfloor heating pump. Now, my suspicions are it's going to be a zone valve, because if the boiler fires up for hot water, we know that the boiler is doing what it's supposed to do. Let's turn on the heating from here. So pop that on, and we should. So it's not that. It's not that. That's not motoring over either. So let's turn on the hot water and just figure out which one is the heating zone valve. Well, I know that's the heating zone valve because that's going into here and into here. So it looks like we've got, I think this one is the safety 2 port. That's the main 2 port going to the underfloor heating manifold, and then you've got the safety 2 port here to shut this off in case obviously this one fails or anything like that. So let's get this wiring box open here because that's going into there. So we want to see firstly if we've got power going to it, and then we'll see what's going on with this, because if we whack the hot water on, so from here let's put this, so that's hot water on auto, so let's put that on constant. So we put that on constant. This one should, yeah, there we go, that zone valve motor's over. So I've got a feeling it's going to be a zone valve issue. Just got to figure out which zone valve it is and what's actually wrong with it. So let's do some electrical checks. Okay, managed to sort the problem out. Got no idea what's going on here or here because I've not worked with this underfloor heating system before or that wiring center. So in the essence of keeping things simple, start at the source, start at the programmer. So I took the programmer off and just put a link between permanent live and number 4 for heating, and bingo, everything's coming on. Isn't it, Dennis?
Yes.
So now that's come on, that zone valve's opened, that safety zone valve is opened, pumps come on, underfloor heating is starting to circulate. Where we go, we've got heat going through there, got heat going through the pump. We're back online. So I'm going to check in my van. I'm pretty sure I've got another twin channel programmer, so I should just be able to swap that out, and hopefully, will I be able to use the same backplate? No, because the Honeywell backplates are bigger. So it's fine. I will just rewire it, this bit, so that's not a problem. I might get Dennis to rewire it. You fancy it?
Why not?
Cool. Right, let me see if I've got one in the van. Right, so I've got Dennis wiring in the new programmer. This is his first time doing any sort of wiring work, so it's a good experience for him. What's happened?
No.
Did you miss the terminal?
Here.
That's all right, it happens, man. It's your first time, so don't worry. Once he gets that done, power it on, set the times for the customer, and then long journey back. It's what, 4 o'clock, and we're in Harrow. So to get back is going to be, I'm going to hazard a guess, hour and a half. Let's see. Right, Dennis has changed the programmer. Let's put some power on. Okay, so now heating and hot water is off. Let's that's on. Now let's just make sure, turn that on, make sure this is opening, which it is. Wait for that light to come on. There we go, pumps come on, that zone valve's opening. We are done. Good job, Dennis.
Yeah.